welcome to NWJ. This is class number 7 in the Complete Beginner series. This class we're going to be focusing on a triangle sequence. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get ready to let go and let's flow. So like usual, I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate the new postures that are going to be introduced in this sequence. You can watch me do it or you can follow along. So the first one I'm going to demonstrate is Warrior 2. I'm going to go ahead and start in Crescent Lunge. Okay. Alright, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and pivot my back toes, having them face the outside of my mat, and then bend into my right knee, making sure my right hip is open to where I can see my big toe, making sure my shoulders are over my hips, my core is engaged, arms come out to a T, look over your front arm here, breathe, push strong through your back leg. Squeeze the left glute. Push up if you were following along. That's Warrior 2. So from Warrior 2, we come into Triangle Pose. You can scoot your back foot in a little bit to make it a bit easier. But you still have the same T arms. Feet are in the same position. Your heels should line up here. So heel to heel. Right heel lined up with the back heel. Don't focus too much on if your heels are lined up. Have your arms out on the T, the front leg is straight. Inhale, you shift forward. Exhale, you lower your right hand on your right shin here and extend your left arm up to the sky, reaching through your fingertips. Twisting your torso. Chest is open. Aiming to align your left shoulder with your right. Make sure you don't stick your booty out because then you'll collapse forward, leaning in your chest. You need to be open, core engaged. And then if you're following along, go ahead and lower your left fingertip to the mat and your right heel toe your right foot to center. Bend your knees, roll up. And the next pose that I'm going to introduce that is new is called the Standing Straddle Bend. So you would heel toe your feet out wide. You don't want your toes facing outward. So your toes would be facing straight, or you could be a little pigeon-toed here. From here, you will go ahead and bend your knees, placing your hands on your mat, aiming to straighten your legs here. Then you would bend your arms, trying to bring your forehead to your mat. It is easier to bring your forehead to your mat if your feet are farther apart. If your feet are closer together, it's a bit more difficult. So you would bend your elbows, trying to bring the crown of your head to the top of your mat. You would make sure your elbows draw in towards each other, so you wouldn't want them drawing outward. Your shoulders would be pulling away from your ears. You breathe. I'm going to turn so you can get a different angle. So I'm going to do the same thing facing the front of my mat. Hands out in front of me, shoulders bending in towards each other, lowering my forehead onto the mat. Stretching out the hamstrings. Go ahead and push back up. And the last pose I'm going to introduce is a forward fold, but it's a triangle variation with bent arms. So you would go ahead and bend your arms in the back, aiming to have your hands reach for your elbows. If they can't reach for your elbows, that's fine. Or you can reach for your forearms if you find it difficult to reach for your elbows, or you could grab your wrist. Wherever you are is perfectly fine. It helps open up your chest here. So you would have your arms in whichever variation you feel is best for you. The front foot would face forward, your toes facing the top of the mat. Your back foot, your toes would turn out slightly at a 45-degree angle as if you were in Warrior One stance. Square both of your hips to the front of the mat, and then you would engage your core. Inhale, you would shift forward, and then on the exhale, you would aim to bring your chest toward your thighs. So you're stretching your right hamstring and opening up your chest as well. Remember to incorporate your breath in this pose. If you're following along, go ahead and bend your front knee, engage your core, come up. Heel toe your right foot towards the front of the mat. Go ahead and release your arms. So those are the new poses that you're going to see introduced in this sequence. We're going to go ahead and begin. So go ahead and start at the top of your mat in mountain pose, reaching through your fingertips. Inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Have your palms touch. Exhale, lower your palms to heart center, bending your knees, coming into forward fold, chest to thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your fingertips on your mat. Go ahead and step back into plank pose. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, tabletop. Come onto the balls of your toes, hips up in the air, downward dog. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, go ahead and lift your right leg, stepping it in between your palms, coming on the balls of your back toes here. Preparing to come into Crescent Lunge. Inhale, go ahead and rise, raising your arms to the sky. Go ahead and squeeze your left glute, pull your right hip back. Make sure your left leg is straight here. Shoulders stacked over hips. Exhale, go ahead and open up, coming into Warrior Two, opening your back toes up to the side of your mat, bending into your right knee here. Make sure you can see your big toe, arms out to a T. Shoulders over hips, core engaged. Look over your right fingertips here. Breathe. Strong in the back leg. Exhale. Inhale. Go ahead and release, straightening that front right leg here. Heel toe your back foot in a little bit. Inhale, go ahead and lean your arms forward, your right arm forward a little bit. Drop your right hand on your right shin. Raise your left arm up to the sky. Reaching through your left fingertips, keeping your chest open. Making sure your core is engaged. Twisting your torso. Go ahead and release, lowering your left hand to the mat, followed by your right. Go ahead and pivot on your right toes here. Step back your right foot, coming into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back into tabletop, coming onto your toes, pushing your hips up in the air for downward dog. Remembering to breathe. Pedaling your legs if you would like. Inhale, go ahead and step your right foot your left foot in between your palms, coming onto the balls of your right toes. Crescent lunge. Raise your arms up to the sky. Core engaged. Back leg is straight. Breathing. Exhale, go ahead and open up, having your back toes face the side of your mat, bending into your left leg here. Opening your arms out to a T, making sure your right leg is open so you can see your big toe, where your left leg is open so you can see your big toe. Shoulders stacked over hips. Look over your left arm here, gazing over your left fingertips. Remembering the breath. Go ahead and release, straightening your front leg here. Heel toe your back foot in slightly. Maintaining your T arms, go ahead and inhale, straighten your left leg, shift forward. Exhale, lower your left palm on your left shin, raising your right arm to the sky. Twisting your torso up, reaching through your right fingertips, making sure you're not pushing your booty back, but maintaining one line with your body. One plane. Go ahead and release your right palm to the mat, followed by your left. This time, go ahead and bend in your left foot, pivoting your left foot toward the side of your mat here. So now both of your toes are facing the side of your mat. Go ahead and heel toe your feet out the distance you feel would be most comfortable for you for a standing straddle. Place your palms on your mat. Lower the top of your head towards your mat here, aiming to have it touch your mat. Drawing your elbows in towards each other. Breathing here. Go ahead and lift your head up. Heel toe your feet closer together. Bend your knees, roll up slowly. From here, go ahead and either reach for your elbows or your forearms or your wrists, taking whichever variation you feel is best for you. Go ahead and have your right toes turn, facing the back of your mat, and then have your left foot follow, either having your feet in a warrior one stance or having your left foot face the back of your mat as well. Go ahead and engage your core. Inhale, shift your right hip back, left hip forward, left glutes are engaged and forward. Make sure not to hyperextend your knees here. Exhale, lifts all the way, bringing your chest towards your thigh. Remembering to engage your core to help you keep balance if you feel like you're wobbling a little bit. Breathe. Allowing your head to hang heavy. Go ahead and bend in your right knee here. Release your palms to your mat. Turn your right toes, having them face the side of your mat. Go ahead and have your back toes face the side of your mat as well. Bring your palms to your mat. Widen your feet, coming into standing straddle once again. Inhale, bring your chest forward. Exhale, go ahead and release, aiming to bring the top of your head to the mat. Maybe going a little bit deeper than you did previously. Elbows drawing in towards each other. Make sure your shoulders aren't scrunched by your ears. Create space. Breathe. Go ahead and press into your palms, lifting your head up, crowning your head up from your mat. heel toe your feet closer together. Bend your knees. Go ahead and roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Alright, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So go ahead and bend your arms, reaching for your elbows, or whichever variation you did on the other side. Go ahead and turn your left toes, having them face the front of your mat, having your back feet either come into a warrior one stance or having your right toes face the front of your mat as well. Go ahead and draw your left hip back, your right hip forward, squeezing your right glutes. Engage your core. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, go ahead and lower your chest to your thighs. Remembering not to hyperextend your knees here. Breathe. Go ahead and lower your palms to the mat. Bend into your right foot here. We'll bend into your left leg here, having your right foot step up to meet your left. Bend your knees, roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Go ahead and inhale, raise your arms to the sky, having your palms touch. Exhale, go ahead and lower your palms to heart center. Alright, so that was the triangle sequence. We're going to go ahead and run through it one more time so we can move through it a bit more fluidly. So let's go ahead and begin. So let's start at the front of our mat in mountain pose. Arms beside us, reaching through our fingertips. Inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Have your palms touch. Exhale, lower your palms to heart center. Go ahead and bend your knees, coming into forward fold, bringing your chest to your thighs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, lower your palms on your mat. Go ahead and step back into plank pose. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, shift back, tabletop. Go ahead and come onto the balls of your toes, pushing your hips up in the air, coming into downward dog. Breathing. Inhale, go ahead and step your right foot in between your palms. Come onto the balls of your left toes. Raise your arms, coming into Crescent Lunge. Exhale, go ahead and open up here, having your back toes face the side of your mat, having your arms come out to a T. Bend into that right knee here, opening up so you can see your big toe. Make sure your shoulders are over your hips, core engaged. Looking over your right fingertips. Go ahead and straighten that right leg here. Heel toe your back foot, having it come closer in to the center, coming closer to the center of your mat. Remain your arms out in a T. Inhale, go ahead and shift forward, engaging your core. Exhale, lower your right palm on your right shin. Raise your left arm to the sky, reaching through your fingertips. You can look up here, you can look down, or you can look straight forward. Triangle pose. Breathing here. Exhale, go ahead and lower your left palm to your mat, followed by your right. Pivot on your left toes. Step back into plank. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, push back, tabletop. Come onto the balls of your toes. Lift your hips up in the air, downward dog. Inhale, go ahead and step your left foot in between your palms. Come onto the balls of your right toe. Raise your arms, crescent lunge. Reach through your fingertips, back leg is strong. Exhale, go ahead and open up here, having your back toes face the side of your mat. Bending into your left knee, warrior two. Arms out in a T, core engaged. Shoulders stacked over hips. Look over your left fingers. Breathe. Go ahead and straighten that front leg here. Heel toe your back foot in towards the center of your mat, maintaining T arms. Go ahead and engage your core. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, lower your left arm on your left hand on your left shin. Raise your right arm up in the sky, triangle. Reach through your right fingertips. Remembering to breathe, focusing on one point to gaze at. Exhale, go ahead and lower your right palm to your mat. Bend into your left leg here. Pivot your left foot, having it face the side of your mat. Have both of your toes facing the side of your mat. Go ahead and heel toe your feet out a bit wider here. Bring your palms onto your mat. We're going to come into standing straddle. So go ahead and inhale, look forward. Exhale, aim to lower the top of your head onto your mat. Breathing here. If you can't bring your head on the top of the mat, it's okay to bend your knees. Bend your knees, push your head off the top of your mat, heel toe your feet in closer together. Go ahead and roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. From here, go ahead and reach for your elbows or your forearms or your wrists. Open up your right toes, having it face the back of your mat. Go ahead and have your left toes either in a warrior one position, or you can have your left toes face the front of your mat as well. Engage your core. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, go ahead and bring your chest to your right thigh. Engaging your core. Making sure your right leg is pulling back and your left leg is pulling forward. No hyperextension in the knees. Just breathe. Go ahead and release your palms to your mat. Bend into your right knee here. Pivot your right toes, having them face the side of your mat. Go ahead and have your left toes face the side of your mat as well. Heel toe your feet out a bit wide. We're going to come into a standing straddle once again. Place your palms on your mat. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, go ahead and aim to bring your forehead onto, or your crown of your head onto your mat. Breathing here. One more breath. Go ahead and bend your knees. Lift your head up off of your mat. Heel toe your feet in closer towards each other. Keep your knees bent. Go ahead and roll up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. From here, go ahead and reach for your elbows or whichever variation you took on the other side. Inhale, open up your left toes, having them face the front of your mat. Go ahead and have your right toes either come in a warrior one position or have your right toes face the front of your mat as well. Engage your core. Left hip is swinging back, right hip is swinging forward. Inhale, shift forward. Exhale, go ahead and lower your chest to your thigh. Remembering to breathe. Closing your eyes or keeping them open. Keeping your eyes open. If you start to feel a little dizzy, go ahead and come onto your knees. Go ahead and release your palms to the mat. Bend into your right knee here. Have your right foot step up and meet your left. Go ahead and bend your knees, rolling up slowly, vertebrae by vertebrae. Coming into mountain pose. Inhale, go ahead and raise your arms to the sky, having your palms touch. Exhale, go ahead and lower your palms slowly in front of you, stopping first in front of your forehead for peace of mind, then stopping in front of your eyes for clarity, then stopping in front of your heart for acceptance. One big breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Namaste. Thank you, beautiful souls, for doing the triangle sequence with me. I hope that you were able to find more ease in the postures the more that we went through them. I hope that you guys remember to shine the beautiful light that's inside every single one of you and continue to strive to be your best self. Please remember to show your girls some love. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And until next time.